All right, everyone. We are back on the air in the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining me is none other than my co-host, Avira.
Hey everyone, hope you're doing well tonight in this day of the apocalypse, sheltering in place and all that, and looking forward to a super awesome night.
Right. And I can't believe it now. The apocalypse have come for you.
Yes, well, here in New York, things are absolutely horrifically crazy. It looks like something out of a zombie apocalypse movie. It's really quite astonishing.
I mean, right? Like freaking, field hospitals and the USNS Navy ship that's ferrying patients now.
The Navy ship was sent to Manhattan. There are now pop-up field tents being set up in Central Park, and the morgues are overwhelmed so much to the point where they're sending refrigerated trucks to house the bodies, and they're moving them with forklifts. That happened the other day in Manhattan, and continues to. Crazy times.
So it is.
More like dark times are ahead.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's scary stuff, man.
All right. Next on the show, Orion.
Yeah, what a day. What a lovely day. Just kidding. Yeah, it's me, Orion, here. Broadcasting live from Britain, where we have become City 17 from Half-Life 2.
Everything is closed. Everything is now, including Boris Johnson.
Yeah, I am sad that I can't go to the pub.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of people are too. You can't go anywhere else as well, so yeah. So, next on the show is Aeon.
Greetings from Pueblo, Colorado. We have only 21 confirmed cases, 2 deaths so far on the coronavirus. I'm in quarantine, but I have not tested negative. Thank fucking Christ on that. So I'm just stuck at my home, going stir crazy. Probably might buy Resident Evil 3 and just call my life a week. On to the next person, please.
Good. At least you're holding up. Next on the show is Noble.
Yo.
Yeah, Spence Nas.
I
sorry.
live on an island state, although I'm somewhat concerned with the fact the University of Tasmania hijacked the Hobart CBD. They've been doing this for, I think, about a year now, and yeah, the city is basically a university campus. It's psychotic.
That's weird.
So that's the only thing that's going down on your neck of the woods, isn't it?
So far, I mean, we had 2 tourists that did a trip around Tasmania. When they got back, apparently they were infected with the virus, and now people are frantically trying to figure out who was infected. So yeah,
Fine.
apparently 2 cases.
How do they get the virus for doing a tour of Tasmania? That is peculiar.
Well, the 2 people who were infected, no idea when they were, since that hasn't been released.
Yeah, I honestly think that they probably had they probably were infected, but probably didn't show symptoms while they travel around. That's probably the most likely case in that regard.
Well, they did manage to infect the tour. I think it was 2 tour operators.
Yeah, but the bizarre part is, Tasmania just implemented some really, really strict, border controls. So, getting in and out is just going to be a big pain.
Well, luckily I don't have to travel, so that's good.
Dude, I can't. I'm friggin' stuck here anyway. And and I got stood down from work effective next week, so.
In the great words of Sam Jackson, it could have been worse, man. Could have been a fuck of a lot worse.
At least in Australia, government has initiated a plan where they're giving money to employers so the employers can pay employees, at least initially.
Yeah.
God, they stole that idea from us. I'm joking.
And sorry for this damn long introduction, but the last person on our panel was.
Rah, ba boom, DA. I lost my pants today.
Okay.
Mental image.
Well,
Okay.
how are things by you? Any crazy developments going on?
Our police department shut down all crime. Let's
How?
see.
And by shut down all crime, they basically beg criminals to stay home and not go out.
They made a bunch of crimes legal.
Yeah, they did that in New Jersey too. They said
Yeah,
so,
they do it
robbery-
in some other
other-
places. Even Texas is doing that, or planning
not-
to, and it has me fucking concerned.
Police are not basically doing anything for any criminals.
Oh, so it's like the purge then.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Actually, it's the
Good thing I
purge.
bought a 20 gauge in case Colorado implements the same fucking policies.
Well, it's like the purge, but the purge like every day for whenever.
Yeah, but by the way, if you know British history, you'd probably be concerned, but Northern Ireland has released all their prisoners, and they're all a part of the IRA.
Oh man! All right, I was very well aware. The most I can tell you is find something to
Boom.
fight with,
Boom.
because you're gonna need that
Explosion.
shit.
There's going to be a lot of explosions going on for no apparent reason, but it's probably
Oh,
going to keep them
Several
involved.
of our prisons have been infected, and they're just letting them locked up and tightly.
The thing is, though, it's like if a prison gets infected, wouldn't it make sense just to keep them inside?
Oh,
Because
and would let them
if
all
you-
die? Yeah, okay.
That's exactly what
No,
they're
no,
doing
no,
over
but-
here.
the thing is, though, if you release them, they have a chance of infecting the general public with the virus.
Yeah, that's a
So
very
they'll split-
big risk right there.
Well,
They'll
it's,
spread it furthermore. And it's like,
everything
well,
that's being done over here in the
thing-
U.S.
Another thing people don't realize is that prisons tend to have goods, like hospital facilities. Like if you release them out, they won't have access to the care that they would have in prison.
So
Huh?
they let the school start again.
First topic, all right. Let's.
I think it is high
Let's
time we got
move on.
started on it, though.
Oh.
As we said,
it's time we start on the podcast.
it is like, and now
Yeah,
as we
let's
say
take
on
this,
our,
brother.
for the namesake of this episode, we are going to name racist. Okay, racist thing overhead, racist virus name incoming, the Wuhan Wheeze. Where
Kung
do people
flu.
come up with with these names?
Oh my goodness, I love it.
Oh, I have a better one. Kung Flu. The Corona Shuffle.
Nah.
That suit.
No,
Aftermath.
Wuhan Wheeze is the
Depression.
best
Wuhan.
All right.
Oh god,
so,
but yeah. So in this case, though, this is a story in two parts. This first one. First, the World Health Organization, or actually, no. Should I say, well, as the Japanese would say, the Chinese Health Organization.
I agree with the freaking Chinese on that because they bottom out.
Yeah.
the Wuhan World Organization. The Wuhan Health Organization.
Oh, let's just be honest and call them Evil Umbrella while we're at it.
So the first part of this story is that a couple of years ago, the World Health Organization considered video game addiction a mental disorder.
Wait, didn't we cover this on the show like last year?
We
I
were
think we
planning to
did.
do that, but convention matters called, and I couldn't run the show, so that happened.
Yeah, I remember us
unfortunately.
talking about this, or maybe you and I just did. We didn't actually
I
broadcast
think
it, but
we
yeah, this
planned-
is
we
crazy.
tried to, but
Yeah,
yeah,
gaming
but his thing-
disorder.
I mean, I kind of have an addiction to games, but you don't see me blowing off a mortgage just to play fucking Apex Legends or buy a shit ton of Apex Legends packs. You gotta have self-control, and that's what they refuse to think about when they classify shit like that. It's
Well,
always an
maybe-
addiction, an addiction, an addiction. Oh, really? If it's an addiction,
No.
where is it on the Social Security registry so I can sign the fuck up and get my check?
Hold up.
Nowhere.
When it comes to addictions, you can tell some people have a problem when they're found dead at the computer because they spent 72 hours playing nothing but gaming. Didn't get up, didn't eat, and they just died in a public place. So it's
You know, I'm
Well,
just
in
gonna
this
say
case,
this.
you
Over
can't
in, I
blame the
think,
games.
Taiwan or China a few years back, there was this couple who had a kid. And they just kept going to the internet cafe every chance they got. Well, they stayed there for a whole week, and guess what happened to the fucking kid who was 4 years old and didn't know how to fucking cook?
Yeah, I know they died. I heard
Yeah,
that story.
and that's what they're
But I'm
basing
saying,
this shit off of.
no, I would say don't
Here we go.
blame the video games. Blame the crazy people themselves. Like they
And
have
blame the
obviously other mental
parents.
issues.
Blame
No, I
the
know.
people who actually make this happen, not
Yeah.
the people who have nothing to do with it.
Right, but don't blame video gaming itself. You know, this is part of a greater problem that people just can't control themselves for.
They're still going to
Or
blame
whatever
it
is.
because, much like Pat Robertson or SJWs, it's always the video games' fault. It's always Trump's fault. It's everybody's fault, and I can't handle it.
All right,
You know,
so
that's
last year,
the way they approach this shit.
all right,
Joel, I
so
posted a link in the
last-
private chat.
Yes,
last
I
year,
saw.
the World
I saw.
Health
But go on, Avira.
Organization. Yes, the World Health Organization officially declared that video gaming addiction is a problem, and they advised against excessive gaming. And now they've changed their tune during this quarantine, and they're saying
Correcto
that,
mundo.
yeah,
Sort of like a practice what you preach, you son of a bitch.
no,
You
now
know what I
they
mean?
encourage it. Now they're saying yes, go out, go video game.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
World
but
Health
that-
Organization
yeah.
classified video game as as this one. Now it's telling people to play video games.
You know, I'm just going to
Gamers
say
are-
this and
I
be really
totally
blunt.
trust them.
The freaking governor of Colorado, fucking, what was his name? Fuck, I can't remember. Jared Polis, yes. While he encouraged video games, he also told people going outside for a walk is fine. Yet the
Yeah,
WHO
it's funny,
didn't do that.
Bill de Blasio in New York was saying that up until like March 12th. He's like, yeah, go out, go on the subway.
Mine
risk
still
zero."
is. Mine still is. You know,
Yeah,
my governor's
wow.
still saying that because he believes, due to Pueblo's low infection rate and every other place, it's good. It's good to go outside. Keeps you from going crazy and killing the nearest little fucking thing, out of
Yeah.
angst and just rage.
In
I was
Australia,
like
actually
it's a-
outside the last 3 days.
It's
Alright,
like
one at a time. One at a time.
one good thing I'm going to say is that at least the Colorado governor is somebody who is moderate. He's not some complete power hungry loony.
I mean,
You
well,
know,
he
some
is
other
a Democrat. Well, I do not like that, but at least he has somewhat of a goddamn brain. You know, he ain't
Alright,
screeching
so
about how this
he's not an
virus is Trump's
extremist.
fault. He ain't screeching about Trump right now, which makes me smile because he actually put aside that shit to focus on this. But no, we have impeachment 2.0 again, all because Trump. Oh
Hey,
my God. What does Trump have to do with the virus?
just stop for a second, sorry. When it comes to gaming, what I fail to see in a lot of these scary news articles is that, look, it's healthy to sit down and play for like an hour or two, but after 2 hours, get up, get something to drink, get something to eat, go outside. Don't sit at your computer for like 2 or 3 days, otherwise you could die.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened
Yeah,
for man.
exactly.
Like, you showed me that.
Been there,
you know,
done
went on
that.
an internet cafe binge.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so crazy that,
Yeah,
like, people
I
have
mean,
to
if
be
you're just gonna
reminded of
sit there, just not even drinking anything, you know, you're just welcoming your own fucking minds at that point. Me, I always
Yes,
make
like
sure I always turn off the games to, like, you know, at least cook or eat something to live.
I liked Left 4 Dead because the campaigns would last maybe an hour, and that was it. You stop, get up, do whatever, come back down, go through another campaign. I used to do that a lot back when Left 4 Dead first came out, but
Yeah.
not anymore.
I used
You know,
to do that
World War
too,
Z is
but
kind of like that in
actually,
that regard, but here's the thing. With the RNG in both games, there's always going to be something that amazes you every damn time. It's like Postal 2, but without the bugs.
Yeah, you know, I have to say something pretty funny about the World Health Organization. So about a year ago, one of their main concerns was, addiction to video games. It's a disorder. That was their biggest concern a year ago, and look at
That's
where
the
we
thing.
are now.
Yeah.
not
It
the
seems
living
like a joke of a story.
situations,
Mm-hmm.
It seems like
or
a
not
joke,
the
like they
massive
really
bedbug
cared about it
infestations.
then,
But gaming has to be their target again.
Hold on,
Well, now
Avira's
they're
trying to say
saying-
something.
well, now it's like they don't even care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your mic is very quiet.
Mine?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just a
turn it
little
up,
quieter.
man.
How? I don't know how to.
Oh, he's on he's on an iPad. But
But-
I
Okay.
think
Makes
It don't
fucking
matter.
sense.
I mean, look.
It really doesn't.
Chill.
Thing is, yeah, you're right. Like now they've decided, let's hashtag play a part together. This is, something, and now this is the only thing that people are able to do in this, this kind of situation.
To be blunt
Whatever.
to the WHO in all regard, they can suck it. They need to shut the hell up and practice what they preach. If you can't stick to your own guns, then you are a goddamn joke. If somebody makes a claim like that, at least stick to your fucking guns. Don't revise the shit. Don't revise the story. That's how people are going to know you're lying through your fucking teeth in order just to go after something you don't like. At least Pat Robertson had that kind of courtesy to stick to his guns even when he was wrong, unlike that freaking gay AIDS ring bullshit.
When it comes to science and it follows with what's currently going, things are going to change and they could change rapidly. Correcting yourself is extremely important. Because if you're horribly wrong about something, you need to admit that, and then you need to revise your statement. Because if you don't, horrible things can happen.
And lo and behold, what happened? Here we fucking are.
Yeah, the apocalypse.
Not really the apocalypse. It's like every 100 years we have a fucking plague show the hell up.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm just going to be brutally honest and say that. It's like every time
It's every
that
50
there's
years, actually.
100 years have passed, we get a fucking new plague out the fucking gate.
It rotates between 50 to 20 years.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Jack
We had
Dab.
some in the 50s.
Live comment.
Talking about the Who, yeah, the band is great. It's a great British band. My favorite track is Pinball Wizard.
Yeah.
Ha!
From the
At least
movie
we
Tommy
have-
Boy. I've seen that. I like it too, man.
Yeah. The Who, the band, good stuff.
He's a
Unlike the-
pinball wizard.
There has to be a twist.
Oh, that deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Y'all knew I was going to say that part.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Let's see if I can do this.
Yeah. But here's the fun part, though, just to get back to where we are in the current picture, is that yes, the WHO, the Chinese Health Organization, as we so put it, have basically set up these guidelines and say during this difficult time, it's important to continue looking after your physical health, so on and so on and so on. And they say listen to music, read a book, or play a game.
The
Yeah.
irony. The fucking irony.
On
That's
the
great.
edge. Sorry, I just saw like the image of Solid Snake there, and I was just thinking of the track "Nuclear" by
Wait, so guys,
Mike Oldfield.
what do you think? If the World Health Organization is saying that that video gaming is essential, wouldn't that mean that like video game stores are essential business?
That would follow logic at this point if it's needed, if it's a necessity to keep yourself sane.
Makes
that
you
would
fucking
follow
That's
think,
what
logic.
they're
mate.
recommending. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you can download games without the risk of infecting someone else with a virus.
Okay,
It's
true.
called
True.
the Steam library, the Steam
Yeah.
store. It's
Oh.
called
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
good.
the Queer Box store is called GOG, and
I
it's
mean-
called Greenland Games.
Now
mean, here's the
Half-Life 2 starting to come back.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I know digital shop fronts. Okay, fantastic. You can get all the games for if the bricks and mortar stores had to be closed down for whatsoever reason. Oh, one more live comment. Inu says, "This is why I hate quote unquote game changers."
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
That right. But I know, like, logic would follow that. Yes, in these times, I know entertainment stores, music stores, bookstores would be considered essential if
Yeah, they
and-
very much would.
And everybody should be literally, nipping at the, jumping right out the
There's-
door just to get out there and stock their shelves, all of that sort of stuff.
There's practically
Do
no
what I'm gonna
bookstores in my
do,
area.
man. Either go digital or order off fucking Amazon. Wait until this shit passes before you go to like a fucking Walmart or GameStop to buy a game.
I was just at Walmart yesterday. Or no, 2 days ago.
How do
But you don't know if somebody's lurking around out there with the virus in those aisles just to get entertainment for themselves. That's why I say that. Just order off Amazon. You'll be safe.
Well, I don't have to worry. I already got the virus, so
Ooh, shit.
yeah, I'm immune.
There is no immunity, buddy. You can
Well-
get reinfected and it will attack your fucking kidneys. Yeah, this is what makes me think this is a bioweapon right here.
No, I already know that, all that, but I already got infected and I passed it, so I have immunity towards it, so I can get less likely to get infected again. But I know that I can get infected again.
Okay, sorry for me saying this, but Boris Johnson kind of had the same idea, same approach, but infections has soared due to
Yeah,
that.
this isn't chicken pox.
This ain't chicken pox. People need to stop treating it like it.
Yeah, well, if you
Yeah,
get
the thing is, I
reinfected
was
with
like,
chickenpox and it comes back, it becomes like this horrific shingles.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's lethal right there if you don't take care of it right.
Yeah, not good.
that's
Yes,
my
that-
point, man. It's not a good idea. You don't get an immunity from this shit.
Well,
If anything, it destroys it.
I hope so. I hope you get an immunity. With most
Because
viruses,
if you got
you
immunity,
would.
dude, head to a CDC place, have them take a sample of your blood, and let them go ham with that.
No,
actually,
like,
I've
you
been
would-
under
you could get
testing
an
for
immunity.
years. I have immunity to a lot of different things.
Yeah, but you would get immunity to the coronavirus because you develop antibodies for it. If you survive and get over it, there are antibodies. Now, of course, it could always mutate, and that does happen sometimes. If you get
Yeah,
reinfected.
imagine somebody like me, and it mutates off of me, and you catch it from me.
Yeah, that's a big problem right there.
I'm immune to everything. I drink a massive amount of Everclear just to get a small buzz.
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
Okay, so under the our resistance though, yep. I think maybe we should just as before we move on though, no, we wanted to talk about this though. Some face protection would be essential.
Yep. Look, I remember the Raiders were showing these Chinese people wearing not paper, sorry. They were like plastic tubs. So I went out and I bought this thing. Now, the page that's shown is for replacement shield, but I actually got the whole unit back then, thinking, well, one, I wanted to get one anyway for some home stuff I want to do at home with woodworking, and for the virus, because the way it spreads is through saliva droplets. I mean, unless if it's gone airborne, which, God, if it fucking does, we're fucked then.
Yeah, get the Russian gas mask.
It is technically airborne because bats have it.
As it is, that's going to protect you. Now, you don't have to get that particular one, but basically it's a piece of plastic. You can take a bottle, cut it up, and if you set it up properly, you can mount it over your face. But because that's going to stop people from spitting on your face, whether it's just by talking, breathing, or literally doing it, it gives you
coughing.
Clean it and get it off of that as well. Whereas wearing a face mask, as it's been reported previously, it gets onto the surface of it, and then if you touch the front of your mask, well, the virus...
You're infected.
Yeah.
Straight point.
Masks...
Yeah, the thing is, though, I'm thinking about getting like a proper SES style gas mask.
That'll do it.
SES. I'm just getting a normal gas mask, man. Just put the filters on, wipe the bastard down with some freaking medical gloves, and all that. You should be good.
Now,
You
the
know?
important thing with gloves is that if you do get the disposable ones, you can put 2 on. So if you're out and about for 4 or 5 hours, you take a bunch with you, you can always have 1 pair on. Because I don't know anyone else, but for me, I found that when I put on a pair of gloves and I have to take them off, my hands may get a bit sweaty, and then putting on another pair is really difficult. Whereas if you've got 1 pair on plus another pair on top of that, you can constantly change them without having too much stress of breaking them all the time, which is god insane. And this is coming from someone who wore gloves before all this sort of shit happened.
Ironic, so have I, and I worked freaking doing. What was it? What was my job again? Because it's been like fucking 2 weeks. Oh yeah, cleaning a fucking call center. And I had to wear gloves way before any of this shit went down.
I wore them because my hands dry up, crack, and bleed because I used way too much isopropyl alcohol-based cleaning solvents on my hands when I was doing cleaning keyboards, mice, keyboards.
Jesus
This shit's
Christ.
going to cause problems with people's hands if they constantly use it like they have been. It's like moderation, Christ. So
Yeah, people unfortunately don't understand freaking moderation. I mean, look at how many freaking people with eating disorders we have running around.
food's a drug.
Yeah.
You know how everyone's using wet naps and stuff, and hand sanitizer. Or that
Yeah.
hand sanitizer doesn't actually kill the virus. It's not strong enough. I actually use a spray bottle with 91 proof alcohol in it.
So what? You just take your Everclear and just put it in a spray bottle and call it a day?
Everclear is 190 proof.
Yeah, that's like 95%.
No.
Yeah.
I just got the isopropyl alcohol in a small spritz bottle, and I take it with me.
Well, that works.
Yes,
I'll grab it and open the cam for you, so you can see how big it is.
you're confusing proof with volume. If it was like that in volume, that would kill the virus pretty much straight away. But because it's proof, proof is it's like to get the volume, you divide the proof by 2.
Here it is.
That's how you get the volume. So the volume of the alcohol that he's drinking is about 50%.
Okay. No, it's not. Let's see. It's 190 proof. It is 95% alcohol by volume.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What he said was wrong.
ABV versus proof. Still,
All right. Do we have any live comments? Anything going on?
I think there's there's a couple of interesting things too. Triple K says there was toilet paper on the shelves today. It's winding down, boys.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Yeah, tell that to the people over here in Pueblo, man, because they're getting a little bit nutty again. They're going all out on the food shopping and toilet paper buying over here again.
The toilet paper is back? Quick! Let's go.
Oh,
I mean, look.
Yeah, like a bunch of roaches out of the woodwork. They came back for the toilet paper and the food.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, TP for the cannoli.
So I was out today going shopping with my neighbor, and the first run, me and him, we both picked up a roll each, and they were just for him. I don't use much toilet paper because of my medical things. The second run out, I picked up 10.
Oh, they don't have limits.
They do, but it depends on where you go.
Oh, you mean like not?
I'm really good at getting around everything.
Yeah.
So I got him stocked up for a little while. Since I don't have to go very often, I'm stocked up with just a 6-pack.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah, the one 6-pack or one roll can last me 3 months. Unlike other people.
I think I last maybe 3-4 weeks on a roll, depending on how often I'm at work.
Yeah, when I first had the coronavirus, I was going so much, I went through a roll really quickly. So it's one of the symptoms is shitting yourself pretty much all the time.
It's a terrible disease. It really is terrible.
Oh, dysentery.
Yeah. Some people are worse on it. Like some people, it's like nothing to them, and then very few people are like they don't even know they had it.
And
I consider myself a carrier, so I got to be careful around anyone I go near. So I act like I can give it to them, and also act like I can catch it again.
Well, hopefully,
Very
just
smart.
stay inside, man. I mean, that's
All
what we
right,
all
I
really have to
unfortunately
do.
cannot half the time, so I just go out and do my daily thing. Besides, my daily setup is I'm already away from everyone in the first place. I've always been practicing social distance since they taught me in kindergarten.
That's good.
So yeah, I don't know. I've not been to the shops as of late. I might try my luck soon. Keep in case something changes, I'll
Go
keep
during
you
the
posted.
weekdays during the early morning.
Besides, I've got more
Or
of a
really
time
late
to
at
do it
night.
because you remember I'm getting stood down from work. Anyway,
Jolt and I
it's
both earlier too, sorry, but so that makes it a bit difficult.
ouch. Still, here's another one. Here's another live comment. Native Rabbit Natsu says, I'm nice and safe here in Arizona. I should just shoot whoever coughs first. Lol.
Oh, so like,
It's
North-
That's
North
basically
Korea.
shoot them all and let God sort them out.
Nah, just pull in
Yep,
North Korea.
I mean, fucking
call
shit.
I'm gonna
Dead.
come over and cough on you.
The Victorian
Technically, coughing does break the non-aggression principle.
coughing. Sorry. The Victorian.
Actually, in
got
the
on the-
U.S. where I'm at, if you spit near a police officer, it's considered a attack against them. You just spit on the ground right next to a police officer, they consider it an attack.
With the whole gun thing,
Whoa.
the
Yeah,
Victorian
yeah, I know.
government in Australia was a bit concerned.
This
of
is
the,
already like this for a few years now. The last 10 years, it was like this. Now it's probably more worse now.
Yeah, the
I
thing is,
would
though, is that-
imagine, yes.
in Australia, the Victorian government's been a bit concerned with the increase of purchase of firearms and ammunition.
People are fucking terrified. What the fuck they gonna do? You know, that's like telling them not to go out and buy a Spash 12 when you think there's zombies running around outside.
It's illegal in Australia to use a firearm for self-defense.
Yeah,
So it's
and it's
fucking
illegal in
retarded.
fucking the United Kingdom as well.
Ha, that sucks.
which I also
America.
think is retarded.
It
Yeah,
is
Very
US?
fucking retarded. Very,
In the
very
US?
fucking retarded.
In the U.S., if somebody breaks into your house and you kill them in self-defense of your own property, you go to jail for it.
Oh, yeah.
It depends on what state.
Pretty much all the
it
states.
does depend on something.
Pretty much all the states are like that. Only in very rare circumstances. Even if you have signs in multiple languages saying "Do not trespass or you'll get shot," they still will prosecute you instead.
And-
It's even
and-
worse
and-
if they
and
live,
And people
so-
wonder
If they
why
die-
I
if
want to
they
fucking
actually
shoot
die,
people's
that
legs
helps.
off. God
Uh,
damn.
We used to take rock salt and put it in shotguns.
So let me guess, they banned that too, right?
I don't know if they ban that, but it's like a good trick to keep people off your property. You get hit with that, it's like getting hit with a BB gun, and it sits in your skin. And
Screw
it
that,
burns.
Columbo. I would rather get a BB gun that's basically a shotgun. Have them
Yeah,
have little 4 or 5 pellet shots hit them to drive them the hell off my property then.
Hang on.
yeah. By
What's
the way,
wrong?
with-
Yeah, if you ever got hit with a rock salt round, you're never going to want to come back to a property again.
yeah, it's like, in Britain,
There's guns
we
that
use,
shoot rock salt
the
now.
rock salt.
This is
I mean,
the
they
thing,
use it to kill
rock
flies,
salt-
though.
Rock salt rounds were back in the 50s.
Well, as far as rock salt goes, I know of some company that actually makes these little Nerf-like guns, but actually you pour some salt into the bastard, like any sort of salt, even rock, and you can use it to kill a fly or a spider.
Oh yeah, I've seen
Yeah, I saw that. There's also one that does shoots air too.
Yeah, kills the annoying pest right out the gate. Might even drive a rat out of your house.
Yeah,
No,
they're
yeah,
not
by the
very
way,
strong, but they're
In Britain, farmers do use rock salt as a deterrent. Also, they use rice.
Nah.
Rice
Rice.
with rock salt, yeah, that would make sense because
Bak
of
choy.
the rice being hard.
Gotta say they're pretty
Fucking
inventive,
rice, man.
but hey.
Fucking rice.
Yeah, that some farmers even use crossbows.
Oh, I wish I could have one of
Those
those.
farmers are my heroes then, because if they're using a compound bow or a crossbow, that is the ultimate of get the shit off my lawn before you become a pincushion.
I have
I
one
feel
of
like buying one of
each,
those.
all 3 type bows.
Jesus.
Right. Shall we move on to the next topic on
Dang
the
it.
agenda?
Yes.
Yes, we
Yes.
do. High time. I know it dragged out, but it's whatever. So this next item is one of those things. We've got some funny names for it. And why does this even exist? So, here we
Assault
go.
weapon.
CBS owned Nickelodeon celebrates transgendered people.
Oh God.
You know, I was fine with the Rocco special, but now since this is going on, yeah, no, fuck that.
Wait, is that a thing? It says. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
It says today is
On-
transgender
Trans
National
Day
Day
of
of
Visibility.
Visibility. Is that a
We're
thing?
celebrating transgender people around the world, and we have the courage to live on the truth. And this was posted on the timestamp April the 1st, 2020.
And you know what's funny? Look at this. Look
Makes
at
you
the
wonder why
example
can't we
of what they're
officially
showing.
die?
One sec, AVR, go on.
No. Just look at the shows that they have. They have Doug, the Rugrats. You know, there's Ren and
Cat dog.
Stimpy. Like all these are all the '90s cartoons that like we grew up with. It's targeting us. It's not targeting like the current youth.
Why don't I
Like,
see
why
Zim?
is Cat Dog on there? Nah,
Why does
Zim
everyone-
is Cartoon
why do they
Network?
have Doug and
Crying out
what?
loud.
No, he ain't.
Yo,
Like I
Doug
said,
hasn't
why
been on
can't I
TV
see
in,
Richard
like,
Horvitz?
a dozen years. Nah, dude, like Doug has not been on TV for like a dozen years. Why are they like they're targeting people like our age?
Hey, I'll be right back.
Why? I don't.
Yeah, do you know what offends me about that? There is no Nigel
It's creepy.
Thornberry on it.
Yeah, they got rid of him too on
Well-
there. What the fuck?
Yeah, well,
And I'm sitting here like, man, where's Nigel? Where's Zim?
So
smashing?
Oh, I can see Sim. Sim's on the L.
Oh,
Ariel's
He's on
good.
the L. He's between Waku and SpongeBob.
Where's Nigel though? Where's fucking Nigel? Bring him
I
back.
mean, I see
Hashtag
Eliza
Nigel
and
Thornberry
Dante.
for president.
they don't have any adults in this. They're all kids.
Wait,
Except-
Zim ain't a kid.
wait, guys, look at how
He's an
long
alien,
Cat
yeah,
Dog is.
but not a kid.
Yo, look at how long Cat Dog is, though.
Oh, God,
I mean,
that's
I
too
get
long.
it. It's an exaggeration of it. But yeah.
That's weird.
But this is, again, you're right. This is all the stuff that us, the youngins, like the 90s kids, the early 2000s kids grew up with.
Yeah, the thing is,
Yeah.
it's
No, like,
it's
There was
so
a lot of people like us grew up with. I mean, we had grade A fucking arcade games back fucking in the 80s and
Yeah.
90s and shit. I can name at least
Zim is
one of them.
there.
Okay, yeah, before we go on our okay boomer moment.
I mean, who remembers our real monsters? Come on now. Of course.
I do.
Fucking
like,
me.
you would.
I do.
Well, I don't think like 9-year-olds today even know what that even is.
Yeah, the thing is, I was like,
Fucking fair right there. That's like telling a fucking 10-year-old today what the fuck Kids Next Door was.
Oh God,
Yeah,
that's
that was cool. I love Candy. That's great.
our codename Kids Next Door.
Yeah.
Battle stations.
Yeah.
That was back then when Cartoon Network actually had a fucking brain.
Yeah.
And
That's
still,
They
actually-
even had like
Does
Saint
anyone-
Saya going on.
Yeah, what
As
did
Does
Zodiac.
anyone remember Courage the Cowardly Dog?
yes.
Yes, I love that show. Fucking A. It appeals to my senses a lot.
So why is Nickelodeon doing this? Like, what exactly are they trying to do? Just promote?
Well, I have a
transgender-
theory, and it's in line with what Xbox did during Pride Month.
Oh, goodness.
Fucking money.
I mean, look,
Fucking
here's
money.
the thing.
Always the fucking money.
Yeah, but like once you get woke, you go broke. Haven't people learned this lesson?
That is
like,
true.
Many times.
Yes.
They don't learn, apparently. They're too brain dead and idiotic to figure it out. It's like showing a
Look what
puzzle to a
happened to-
manatee and expecting it to fucking
on.
memorize the picture.
Hold on. Companies control the public too, not just Twitter influencers.
I
Yeah.
hate. Oh, speaking of influencers, I've got something on the GameStop rant, and it's about fucking Ninja again. Ooh. And you're gonna love it when I tell you.
Was it about the person who got banned and Ninja said oh this
Oh,
this
no,
person
no,
should be
we're
banned
saving that for the
because they're influencers."
GameStop part, but
Yeah.
it's something about that, but he's screeching at people again.
Ninja's an asshole.
Yeah, I know. He's a pathetic waste of fucking human space. Sorry if I had to use
Okay.
that in such a tone, but the dude fucking cusses out anyone who kicks his ass, even in a Twitter debate.
Anyway, the thing is though, you got to realize what Nickelodeon's been doing is, well, I know they're not the Nickelodeon of old. They've added freaking a transgendered character into Rocco's Modern Life. So
Yeah,
maybe there might be
Yeah.
something
they have.
good in
In
it.
fact, they made a character into a trans person in that. Who remembers in Rocco Ralph Bighead?
Oh,
Big
yeah,
head.
yeah, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
God,
Well, guess what?
Rob.
He's Nina or something now. Enjoy having that image in your brains.
I just wonder who
Yeah.
asked for this. Like, who went into Nickelodeon and said we need trans representation and do all that crap? Like, who actually cares? Who
Tumblr
really
rights.
Fat
cares
land
about
whales
who
with
this
nothing
episode
better to
is?
do on their time.
It's Tumblrites that it's the Tumblr millennial generation infiltrating these organizations.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I remember something over the Steven Universe community, as SJW as that is, for somebody drawing a thin rose quartz, and guess what the fuck happened right there?
Oh yeah, right.
They still
Body
believe to
So
death.
many death threats, and the girl actually attempted to take their own life. Seriously.
I remember that.
Over a thin rose quartz. Dude, it's just fucking art. It's not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you know what though? But then you got to see all these tweets and so forth. 40%. How can we appeal to the kids? Don't toss the comic. Global corporate hegemony says trans rights. And also on Twitter, people have also been responding to this with hashtag #OKGroomer.
Oh,
Why
God.
would an 8-year-old need to know what the hell being a transgender is? What are you doing?
Why would a 10-year-old or a fucking 12-year-old even need to know that as well? I mean,
They
fucking
don't.
damn.
No, that's not.
You
Kids
don't.
programming is about just mindless cartoons and the
They're
occasional
trying
good story like
to
you saw in AR.
manipulate the minds of all our young.
Impressionable people, correct,
Oh
and
my
try and
God.
get them
Because-
into this life.
This is
Yeah.
dark.
You know, before I took my brother out of public school completely for being targeted out of race, they tried to push that shit on him, and I instilled it into him not to buy it. No, just don't buy it. You don't know what this is. You don't want to know. And they got
back in
and they still to this day, there's still people like me preventing that from happening because
back
kids
when-
don't need to know this.
There are kids that are actually quite intelligent. So, for instance, I was at Hackerspace one day, and one of them there asked about this weird video that was being shown at the Mona Art Centre. It turns out it was a stupid vegan stuff, and their response was,
Oh,
that stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. But no, this kid had no idea what was going on. Their parents covered their eyes, and at a bloody hackerspace, they asked, well, what was this about? And it's like, oh, yeah, no, I've seen that. It's the vegan stuff that you see in the city.
Just-
You guys remember old Looney Tunes?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
God, yes.
That's one of the first places they taught people to start cross-dressing.
Oh, with Bugs Bunny, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Bucks.
The amount of times Bugs Bunny has been in the dress, yeah, it's quite something.
Anyone seen
Yeah,
Animaniacs?
I remember
Even back then, they were
uplift.
pushing that kind of stuff on us.
Who remembers the early episodes of Pokemon?
Oh God, the one where
I
Gino
remember
James.
all that. Oh my god, I grew up with that stuff, man. I could tell you that shit verbatim.
Was always dressing up as a girl.
Yeah,
Yep.
that one was.
Remember
that one was
when
you missed.
Jesse literally turned into a chick as a
Yeah,
disguise? Oh my
That
god.
episode was
You
actually
mean James,
banned
right?
from
Yeah, James.
my country.
Are you fucking serious?
Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
Oh my
Yeah,
fucking god, dude.
It is bad.
There's
Yeah,
screenshots of it. If you need me to pull up the fucking the
No,
single
no,
image of it.
don't.
I
Goddamn.
know what episode you heard about. And they
Oh.
banned the firearms episode too.
Didn't? Oh yeah, because they had MP40s for some god knows what reason.
The other thing is, there was that episode where James had inflatable breasts.
Yes,
That's
Yeah, that
that's
was
the
a-
one. That's the one.
That's it.
And you
that-
look
that was
completely
one
like a
which was
freaking
banned from
woman.
this country.
That had to be it.
Look, the thing is that you should probably understand that going back, I think it was 100, 200 years, women weren't allowed to be in performance art, so it was all men. So you'd have men dressing up as a woman in a play or whatever, like Corey's
That's
event was
also true for the military.
allowed to be in plays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. A lot of stuff has come way past that, and I'm kind of happy for it. But some things I'm not so happy about.
The U.S.
Yeah,
military
a
actually
noble-
goes back and forth between letting women in and gays in.
Noble?
Uh,
Yeah, do you know the funny thing is, though, is that the government which banned the inflatable breasts James episode was the Labour one, which will probably make you laugh.
oh my God, the Labor Board, the Labor Party, I think. Them, the very same ones who wanted Boris Johnson to fail.
Yeah, it was the Tony Blair government.
I have to admit, as much shit as he
Mr.
did,
Tony.
he kind of did a few things right. But that, yeah, my fucking God. It is so ironic now to see that they have a double standard on their hands.
There's an episode of Pokemon Black and White I'd like to see. The only problem is it was banned in Japan after they had a major...
Epileptic fits.
No.
Is
Black
it
and
Electric
White, more
Schools of
recent.
Oregon?
Black and White. Oh yeah, this was before what was it? Sun and Moon? Yeah,
X
this
and
was before
Y.
Sun and Moon, I think. And
No,
then Sword and
no,
Shield.
It went Black and White, X and Y.
Oh,
Sun.
I completely forgot about X. I knew I was forgetting one.
So Black and White, there was an episode where I think there was a major earthquake. Team Rocket and whatever the bad guys were for that generation were duking it out. But those two episodes were cancelled because of a real-life event, which was really sad. And it's never been...
Was it because of the earthquake that was going on in Japan?
Yes.
That's
The
very
one which caused the
understandable. I
tsunami?
understand why they would just cancel the episodes because they don't want that shit to remind them or hit too close to home.
Nice, though. It's been a couple years, but to release that episode because it does explain the ending of how those two groups clashed and ended it all.
Shit.
See, the problem with the gun episode with Pokemon is that Ash gets a shit ton of Tauros, but there's no explanation. The episode with the guns explains that. You had a guy in the Safari Zone, and, well, he had firearms, so...
Makes sense when you have everything that could actually kill you on the other side of the tall grass, like a goddamn velociraptor.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that explains why. I understand why the Safari Zone has firearms.
Yeah, they gotta defend themselves, dude.
So, Joe, what's up next?
Actually, we're gonna wrap one last thing before to wrap this up. Is that Nickelodeon aren't the only ones pulling this that's National Day of Trans Visibility stunt. Cartoon Network joined along.
Oh, God.
Oh, joy.
Why?
Let's hope
It's no-
fucking Adult Swim makes fun of them again. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, the funny thing is, though, is like one thing I don't get about the Trans Day of Visibility is like, I don't think trans people are invisible. Like at the end of the year, it's like you can physically see them; they're not invisible.
Very easy to spot.
It's all that more representation shit. That's what it is, man. I mean,
I see
they are
most-
visible, but they feel like nobody's paying attention to them.
I do wonder, though, if any trans people know about David Raymer.
Who's that?
Well, let's put it this way. He was a baby after he was born, and a doctor, his mother wanted him to get circumcised, so genital mutilation. And
Oh, okay.
probe zapped him to the point where nothing was left. So Dr. Money came along and decided, well, being male or female is all in your head. The dude ended up committing suicide by shooting himself. So, yeah. Long struggle
All in
with
my head, all in your head, my ass. That's not all in your head. That's fucking. Oh my god, dude. Dude, whatever happened to just looking at somebody and looking at the things on their chest or their in between, or just looking at their stature?
I
Not this
posted
bullshit.
in the private chat for David Raymer's Wikipedia. Take a look, because if
I'll read that today.
willing to learn about this person, this sort of shit's going to continue.
Oh yeah, I've seen this go down. I mean, there's been a lot of people who say, "Oh, I'm trans. I know it in my heart. I'm a woman." 10 seconds
Well,
later,
no, but
they're at the
here-
hospital
okay,
for
well,
trying to
here's the
kill
thing.
themselves.
I've seen this story before. Yes, when unfortunately this person, when he was born, they tried to circumcise him. Things went bad. They tried to change him into a girl, and it turned out he wasn't. And yeah, of course, it's going to cause some major problems.
It always causes a malfunction in the human brain. That's why it's called gender dysphoria.
Yes, but
Well-
this was forced. And imagine what we're doing to kids now using like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon to try to force these ideas on kids and just confuse them. They're going to end up being depressed because of this.
That's also
Which we do not need.
A lot of the people are
No.
gender fluent and
Yeah, there's nothing but
transgender.
attention seeking.
A lot of them are confused and misunderformed. Since they're
Look.
having issues with not being able to fit in, they think it's just because of their gender is the wrong gender, and they try to fix it that way. And
Look,
it makes it
Well, I
harder
wish
for them.
somebody
And it
told.
causes a lot of people to want to commit suicide. It's a big problem
Well-
in our society right now, which
Well,
I
most
wish-
people
Yeah.
One
overlook.
at a time, Noble.
You can't turn around and say that a child is transgender or cross-dresser or anything like that if they turn around. When I was a kid, I got my mother's bras, put them on there, put apples in there, and played around the house for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes just for shits and giggles. I did that once. Now, I wasn't trying to be a woman. I was a kid and I was screwing around.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
a different story.
I
right
reckon
there.
we all fucking done that at some point of our lives.
And understanding that happens with children. It's going to happen. It's going to happen again. It's going to happen for the next 1,000 years. Kids are going to do that sort of shit. It doesn't mean...
Especially when you have those Bugs Bunny episodes.
Yeah.
By
Yeah,
Chuck
but also
Jones or
we
something.
have like SJW parents that have a major in gender studies, and if they see their kid doing this,
Well,
You
they're
know,
not going to be able to
4-year-old
breed in the first
you-
place, so...
and they're like, "Oh, well, there we go. He must be transgender. Let's go bring him to the doctor and put him on."
Yeah,
hormone
the thing is though
blockers."
that they can't just jump to that conclusion
Oh,
because
they
that's
do,
based
though.
purely
They
off
do.
assumption.
Mhm.
Hey, you
can't
know,
just,
some people's
change-
parents also do some really messed up stuff when they see something wrong, or like take my parents for example. My stepmom, I found a couple X-rated magazines, and one of them was adult male magazine, and the rest of them were female. I tossed the male one aside, but she found that one first and threatened to shove a dildo up my ass
Oh,
to kill
God.
me.
What? What the
Okay,
fuck?
no.
I mean, I'm sorry for laughing, but just what the hell?
Along with a bunch of that was just a long list of fucked up things in my life.
Okay, you see,
Not gonna lie,
wait,
dude. The way you said that, it just came very out of like right field. When I say right field, like comedic, but also fucked up.
My life is a tragedy comedy.
Okay,
Yeah,
tone it down
that's
before
what
you start sounding
that
like
isn't-
Gooseman's fucking uncle. You know, where he
Was
says, "My
knowing
life
you-
is annihilating my asthma, pain, and hopelessness."
Was
Sorry?
knowing you, small tragedy is an understatement.
Oh,
Anyway.
yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna round this out, but I do want to close this topic on, who wants to hear some disturbing new names for Trans Visibility Day?
Please do.
I wanted to say that
Hide
it's
the pickle
the
day.
day of celebrating buyer's remorse.
Oh god.
It's a day of celebrating Pickle Rick. Sorry, I'm joking.
Oh, God.
And
Can
it's
we
Why
have
not
today?
worship the elder god Cthulhu?
And if I wanted to be super duper edgy, which might get us, off the waves, I would say it's a national day of celebrating suicide.
Oh, dude.
Ouch.
Oh goodness.
The-
Well, you know
The
what's
pain
about,
and
this
cringe
whole,
is strong with that one.
I would
this
have
whole
to
virus
change
going
that a
on,
little.
We have Non-elective surgeries are being canceled, and right now, gender reassignment surgery is also being canceled. In fact, one of them made a big deal about this on Facebook. They're like, "Oh, it's medically necessary. I have to get my dick chopped off," or something like that.
Oh, you want to get your dick
I'm like,
chopped
"No,
off during
you don't."
Corona?
I'm like, dude, no, you don't. No, you do
Oh,
not. No, stay
another
the hell
thing
home.
is when you're taking the medicine to the hormone medicine for that, it makes everything worse. So if you're already flippy
does, yeah,
already as
it
it is by just thinking weird thoughts of how the society makes you change everything, that medicine makes it worse.
Yeah, very much so.
Right.
I had this couple friends and they flipped out on me big time.
Not good, huh? Right.
Before we head off, Jolt, I would like to show that racist thing I posted from Twitter.
Okay.
How dare you?
Yeah. Send me the link of this again. Hang on. Oh, was it the Irish one? Or was it?
Yes.
Oh, of
I
course.
resemble that remark.
All right. Yeah. Here it comes. We still got time. So, 15th of March 2020, Ireland closes all pubs. 16th of March 2020, Ireland develops 15-minute testing kit for coronavirus. We are officially a Futurama sketch. #Ireland.
Somewhere,
How can
somehow,
Ireland
Count
close
Dankula's
pubs?
laughing at that with the biggest smile on his face.
Oh no. Oh, no.
Oh, I've met the guy.
While holding and stroking Buddha, the Nazi pug.
Yeah, I've actually met the guy in person. He's quite funny, actually.
You never hold the Irish away from their pubs or from alcohol.
Yes,
Yeah,
They will do it.
but
I'm Irish and I have my alcohol.
Everclear, dude. You can't go to a
Yeah,
pub. At least use it to make something to help cure the bee virus.
yeah,
what Irish
the thing
do,
is,
hey?
though, was that
World War Corona.
the advantage of Everclear is that you'd be able to use it to make hand sanitizer.
Yeah, that's one second use I'm gonna have. But I just mix it and
There's a lot of things that you can make with sanitizer. I mean, you can make a goddamn alcoholic drink. Just add salt to separate the shit. But I'm not gonna say anything else because it kind of gets a little bit too fucked up and mental. But let's just say it involves making napalm, and I can't say for United States protection reasons or whatever the hell it is, or get you guys in trouble for even saying it in public. Because
the FBI will be like,
the FBI would be on this podcast and tell us to shut it down,
say what?
and I would go to fucking jail.
You're making alcohol with using napalm?
No, fuck no, dude.
I miss what you said.
If I say what you could use to make napalm, this whole freaking thing could go up and I could go to jail.
Hang on.
Not really.
it's
three ingredients. Real napalm is 3 ingredients, and
No,
generic napalm
don't
is
say it
2.
here, man. Don't say it here.
Don't say it.
Yeah, I already know.
Trust me, it's not a good idea to say it.
That's like owning 4
seriously.
volumes of the poor man's James Bond, for fuck's sake. You're gonna get in trouble.
Do not be throwing. Do not be
Well,
throwing that
little
stuff
mustard
in
gas.
right now, alright?
No.
No.
Don't go there.
What about
Just hell no. Are you out of your mind?
I would get arrested for I would get arrested by GCHQ just by stating the ingredients of that shit.
what
Even
about
if someone else even if someone else states the ingredients, I'll be in the shit.
Oh, come on.
Shit.
Basically.
Everybody would be in
I
the
got
shit if
the
you said that.
I got the anarchic. I can't even say the word right. The anarchy
Oh, the
cookbook.
Anarchist cookbook, is it?
Yeah, I got that. It's
Oh,
garbage.
dude,
but
there's a lot of things my family owns that is considered banned. I'm not joking. I can't say why.
Yeah, I
Just-
downloaded the Anarchist cookbook a few years ago because I was curious about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the other chat I was in, the last 2 chats I was in, my phone was taking time bomb the whole time, and the particular battery I have made it obvious that I could easily turn my phone into a battery bomb.
Hey Vera, you tried to
Or
say
a
something.
fucking hand grenade. Fuck.
No, I got
Oh,
it set up
like
where I can
notes.
just call it.
All right, guys. Rest in peace, the Furry Raiders podcast.
Yeah,
Oh, finally it's over.
governments of the world shall descend upon us because
No, but seriously though, Inu,
trying to take over
you
the
don't got
world.
much to worry about. We're gonna keep this on track, but Jesus Christ, no talk about making illegal shit that can actually fuck the world up. No,
That's
make
why I
harm.
said, while I do know the ingredients, I'm not at liberty to fucking say them publicly because, one, I don't want this podcast to go to hell. And second, I prefer staying out of prison, thank you very fucking much, because I have a
Yeah.
clean
Yeah,
record.
prison kind of sounds boring.
I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, don't talk about things which go kaboom, which
But they're
can go
fun.
kaboom,
What about
which you
fireworks?
mix together.
Oh, that reminds me.
Homemade
Yeah.
fireworks is just like making homemade hand grenades. You're gonna get busted by the frickin' DEA for that shit.
That reminds me.
Yeah, that's kind of
Two things. I'm going to be putting a flamethrower in my suit, and
ATF.
my old videos on
no,
YouTube
you're not.
have a flamethrower cat skull.
What the fuck?
Why?
Yeah, real cat skull.
Makes me
and real
okay.
flamethrower.
I'm just gonna sit here like Count Dankula and say, but why?
It was my pet cat had for years too.
Okay, that's it.
Okay,
Oh, it died of old age, I'm
Alright.
guessing.
Nope.
Bro, what
Okay,
the fuck?
All right, you're suspended from the podcast until further notice.
Okay.
Who? What? Where?
Just what the fuck, man?
You're
okay. To be honest, though, can you imagine like a dragon fursuit? That
Are
can,
we
like,
still
breathe
live?
fire?
Yes.
Oh,
Like, wouldn't that be cool? That'd be cool.
I mean, as long as it was safe and in an outdoor positioning for the fursuit to like breathe fire, yeah. But
yeah.
maybe, like,
The
during, like,
design I have is set up where you have to tilt it upwards, and you have to remove the faceplate. It's designed to
No, it could be
automatically
like
disengage.
fire
A
juggler.
safety feature.
It
Guys,
could be like one of
I
those.
what the
think- alright.
fuck?
All right.
Okay, I think Jolt's trying to tell us it's enough. Let's just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, enough is enough. I think that's it. You have pretty much singled and you almost caused Inu to fucking But don't worry, I go.
Inu?
It's gotta be my fucking job to to sort
Yeah,
everything out.
the thing is, though, it's like, I honestly think that this is where the
Yes.
podcast is pretty much over. We've said what we need to be said. There's enough
And
much
while-
to talk about.
Yeah. And as
We
much
missed
as we'd
one
love to
subject.
continue going, like I get it. The news has been considerably. Everything has slowed down to a crawl in the real world. I know this.
Okay. Frickin' Earth's Power just said something in the public chat. Apparently, there's a remake of the Magic School Bus.
Yes, there is.
Oh God!
What?
Please, God, no.
Since I don't want my childhood to be yeah. No, please don't watch it.
Oh,
I
Who's
it's
don't
it
going to
gone
be
down
the
Main
tragic
Street?
school bus,
Getting
isn't it?
my frickin' weed. Oh,
Yeah.
God, what the fuck?
There's a
Yeah.
remake of Where's Wally?
Where's Waldo? I can tell you where's Waldo. Go look in Raccoon City. Oh, wait, it's nothing more than a fucking hole in the ground.
God.
I gotta get started playing Resident Evil again.
Oh, what have you started playing in the Resident Evil series? Have you started with RE1 Remake?
I have all the original PS1 ones.
I have them on my frickin' Vita, for God's sake.
I actually have them on my old PS1.
Damn, dude, that might be collector's. That might be
All
collectible.
individual
Hold on
discs.
to that. Hold on to that.
And I have all the new ones for the 360, but I haven't got the ones for the PS4 yet.
Oh, you mean the Resident Evil collection on PS4? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get all the newest ones, but I have all the original ones except for like
All right.
3.
Yeah. I would say start with RE1 Remake and then go to proceed to 2. Then when you're feeling ready, hit 3 and prepare for a nighttime of madness. Because
All right,
while
now-
the game is short, you got Nemesis pulling fucking plus ultra fucking style moves coming
Sorry.
after you.
Say something?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am. I'm sorry to have to force this, but I think it's high time we wrap this up. So,
Did I mute myself or did you?
No, he muted me.
I did.
I got muted also.
But that was temporary. Anyway, I know this has been total nothing. I know, I get it. I'll say this. I know things go off track and so on and so on, but hey, we try and promise you something. We try and promise you something good to keep you occupied in this time, and that's important. Got to keep yourself in good spirits while we're in quarantine. And I'm about to freaking enter that sort of phase really soon. I'm sure a
I've been
lot of
in
you
it.
Yeah.
already are. And don't get me wrong, we here in the Raiders have got 100 hours of materials for you to use if you ever do get bored. But that's that. So yeah, I know. Feel free to listen to our show as always on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and more platforms later on. But yeah, I know things didn't go the way we wanted it to, but well, what can you do? I know it's chaos, but I think we give. I think wouldn't you say that we give chaos back in kind?
Yeah, I think we got good material for the next one too.
Yeah.
Because whatever's left over, we can use for the next one in case you don't have enough.
I wanted to talk about Nazis today. Oh well.
Yeah, maybe another time.
No.
All right, Avira, anything else to wrap up with? Just
Well, I hope everyone had fun during that chaotic time we had. Of course, until next week, you can look forward to all kinds of bonkers nonsense going on. Right now, the times we live in, things are getting pretty crazy. And I just hope everyone's staying home and just being safe, man. I mean, like, don't go outside. The plague is
Yeah.
upon us.
But I wanted to romp around in it.
Had a good night, though.
all right.
Yeah.
This
The
is
most
it.
I can say on
everyone
this
have a good
is-
night.
Yeah. This is
Everybody
us.
have a good night. Stay safe, and remember, life on the outside, if you're a criminal, ain't what it used to be. The whole world's gone crazy, and it's no longer safe on the street. Stay home and stay with your family.
All right. This is us signing out. Farewell, and until next time.
Bye. Oh, he left.
Yeah,
Live.
we're still live.